Hey there, you guys, welcome back to the Doug and Racecraft YouTube channel. On this episode, we find out if all this work was really worth it. Alright, to make a long story short, transmission's done, back together, cleaned out everything. Everything went back together exactly the way you saw it come apart, except in reverse order. So, got everything back on the transmission. Only difference being this time, so we got ourselves a dipstick this time around. This is arguably the worst thing about this transmission. They usually have a little itty bitty dipstick down here. It comes out. You have to get under the car with it running up to operating temperature to take the drain or the dipstick out to check the fluid. And my header runs literally right through here, so I couldn't do that. So found this on eBay. It was like 80 bucks, I think, which the braided ones are like 250 bucks. So pretty good deal there. Comes up here, locking cap and everything, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and get the motor back in the car and we'll pick it up from there. Okay, as you can see, we got the hood back on and I changed the header panel. Main reason I did that was because I needed the latch support, because I had the hood on it before and the hood was doing, you know, one of these like a Michael J. Fox. So I put the hood latch supports back in because it's all integrated into the header panel. So now the latch support is in, latch is supported, got the hood back on, lined up nearly perfect, as you can see. And I bet you're wondering why we're doing that. Doing that because we're going to the track today. Why? Because I want to see if we can break some stuff. A couple things we're going to do here. I'm going to get it up in the air, take it through the rear suspension a little bit. I need to change the pinning angle because I changed the driveline angle when I put those solid motor mounts in. So we're going to go ahead and rectify that, close the garage door, get the air conditioners fired up because it is boiling lava hot in here. So I'm going to get the car jacked up and we'll pick it up from there. Okay, so we're on the passenger side of the car. Here's my 4-link brackets and bars. As I said before, we're going to check pinning angle really quick. When I lowered when I raised the front of the engine up, obviously that changes the driveline angle. And you want the pinion angle to match the driveline angle. So I'm going to go ahead and measure that really quick. But one thing we're also going to check when we're back here is the bars and the lengths. This is Competition Engineering 4-link setup, whatever you want to call it. Obviously adjustable. Right now I have the suspension set up pretty neutral. If you want to learn more about the 4-link setup and what the different bar angles do, Rob's Rod Shop has a really good video, and that's what I use for my baseline settings when I set this up originally. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check length center to center of each bolt hole, side to side. Obviously the tops will be a different length than the bottom because of the angles and everything like that. So I have seen these bars get longer or shorter depending upon their location and everything, personally, just in this car alone. And when it does that, it will basically put tension on the chassis one way or the other, which will make it, you know, steer one way or the other. It'll make it sit awkward side to side. So you really want to make sure your bars are the same side to side, top to bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure that and we'll pick it back up. All right, first thing we're gonna do to find pinion angle, I'm gonna use my digital angle finder here. You can use a dial one too, doesn't have to be digital. I'm gonna set level off the car and then base my measurements off of that. I'm gonna do here, 0. Tenths of a degree aren't that big of a deal. I mean, obviously 10 tenths make up a degree, so, you know, I say a tenth, but what I mean is 1 to 2 tenths, not 10 tenths, obviously. So, in relation to the body, the pinion is 1.5 degrees, or 1.1 degrees downhill, which probably isn't right, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So we're gonna check the engine or trans. You want to find a spot that is machined either parallel or perpendicular. What I have used before is the crank balancer, because I can't really get up here and get the angle finder on this yoke here to see where it actually needs to be, and there's not really any other machined surfaces down here. So we'll go around to the front on the balancer. 1.7 degrees uphill. So since we're related off the body, these angles should match, and we're 2 degrees out, so I need to bring the pinion up. Okay, so as I said before, the motor was 1.7 degrees downhill, meaning angled down this way. And right now the pinion's 1.3 degrees down the other way, which you don't want. I want it 1.5 degrees uphill the other way. So we're going to achieve that, loosening up these jam nuts and effectively lengthening this bar. Lengthening this bar will push the pinion up. That's really all the length of the top bar does. The bottom bar will set your wheelbase lengthwise. Angles have to do with pushing, pulling on the chassis, whatever. We won't get into that here, but I'm gonna go ahead and lengthen these bars and we'll see what that gets us. Okay, we got everything finished up. Just packing up some stuff to take with us, just some basic tools, nothing to like swap an engine or anything, but you know, wrenches, sockets, impact, drill, the basics, just in case, you know, something comes loose, need to fix it, whatever. I got the rear end figured out. The bars were right. All I did was take the upper bar, lengthen it by a single turn, which is the same side to side, because of thread pitch and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So the final thing we got to do here, bam, got the new stickers. I also have these in blue. I'm not offering for sale yet, but this is the new logo that I have for the channel. A couple weeks ago, a viewer got a hold of me about doing some design work for me and asked if there's anything that I like done, and I always wanted to redo my logo. This logo, for those of you that don't know, emulates the Ford Motorsports decals from the 80s. And that's a huge part of Ford culture now. There's like a whole Facebook group devoted to Ford Motorsports, Ford racing stuff. Obviously, because they don't make anymore, it's now Ford Performance. But he absolutely nailed it. I love the way this came out. This came out so nice. So full disclosure, he did do it free of charge. Just asked for the plug. So for those of you that would like to have design work done, I'll put his Instagram handle on the screen. That's a good way to get a hold of him. Marco's really easy to work with and super knowledgeable and very good at what he does. I'm gonna have him do a couple more things for this, and I'm very excited for you guys to see that. But without further ado, let's get it fired up. That never gets old. Oh, he's going crazy. Look at him go, look at him go. All right, so we're at the track. Got the old grill unloaded. Here with the boys. This is the one you need? Jeremy, first pass off the trailer, what am I gonna run?
I don't know, like a 14. 600.
That's generous. What about you, Calvin? What do you think?
I have no idea. Probably old. Probably pretty quick. 11.
And what about you, sir? What
Good old dick twist.
I'm not sure that's quantifiable.
12.2.
12.2 first pass?
Dialed in. Till you get it dialed in.
Oh, that's... I'm kind of hurt.
I said 11.6. To be fair, my first pass is going to be like 12.8.
No, I'll go 11's first pass off the trailer.
I love the chrome.
You want to make a bet on it?
On the impact, no.
I mean, I'll make a side bet. I'll go 12.5.
Okay, that's right.
And yeah, you'll go, I'll say 12.2. No better.
Okay. For you or for me?
For you.
Oh.
Well, I meant first pass.
You heard it here first, folks. The gauntlet's been thrown. Shannon, what's my car running first pass out the trailer? Brett said at 12.2.
I'm going to say 12.04.
Okay. Well, we got her all teched in, and the tech inspection consisted of him writing the number on the car. So, just the way I like it. Should be a pretty good night. There's hardly anybody here, so. to the draggy, we went 1176 at 119.7. So we have over 1,000 feet more DA than we did last time, and I went nearly identical. So that means the car is running a lot faster than it was last time I had it out. Thank you. Oh, according to the draggy, or according to the actual time slip, we went 1169. But the draggy was nearly identical on the mile an hour, so 1169 right off the rip. And Shannon went 12001 at 123, so he was back halfing super hard. He was on the nitrous pretty good, I'm assuming. I made a couple changes, raised the shift scheduling a little bit, and then I retarded the exhaust camshaft just a couple degrees, so we'll see what it does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we went 1172 at 119.2. So the changes that I made to the camshafts did not do it. It actually ran slower, obviously. So we're gonna pull that timing back out and we'll mess with the intake cam a little bit and we'll see what it does. All right, so I moved the exhaust cam back to where it was originally during my first pass. And then I retarded the intake cam this time 2 degrees. We'll see if that makes any difference. But there's just really nothing there. Thank you. All right, it went 1184 at 118. But is that because of the cam or is it because of the track? It went faster to the 60 foot, but looks like it went slower to the 330, I think. It turns out I'm just an idiot. Who would have thought? Thank you. We're at 1174 at 119.02. So let's try taking the intake can the other way and see if we pick anything up. Alright, so we're racing Shannon again. We're gonna see if he's got anything for me. I got him pretty good last time. But he did have some steam in the back half, so we'll see what happens. He thinks he's gonna fucking double bowl me again, huh? Oh, he's going deep. Oh, get some, baby! It worked out, don't it? That one felt pretty good. Thank you. So all in all, I'd say it was a pretty good trip to the track. Got a lot of good racing in. It was really fun to finally get to race Travis. I've known Travis since this car had a small block in it. A lot of fun finally get to race Shane at the track. I raced him last time I went to the track too, but this time he had the nitrous on it. That car, I mean, all credit due to Shannon. That car is really fast for being a small block car. There's not a lot of small block cars that can go as fast as this car can. So I know he's gonna have something for me here pretty soon. So I'm eager to see what that is. I know he also made a video about going to the track, so I encourage you to check out his channel. His YouTube name is Cobra Built. He's got a lot of good videos, so I encourage you to check those out. That's gonna do it for this video. Got a lot of good things coming up here. As of now, the order currently is we're gonna get this painted, then we're gonna finish up the GT for Zach. So a lot of good stuff coming. There's a lot of stuff that we're gonna do to that GT, so I know a lot of you are excited to see that again. So there's a lot of good stuff coming, but that is gonna do it for this video. If you like the video, like the video. If you have any comments or questions, leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you'd like to find your way back. That's gonna do it for this video. I hope to catch you in the next one. Y'all take care now.